you walking?
Okay, so I'm walking. So we start our class day with making a walk with our health classes. I'm gonna go do that. I'll restart the recording once we get back in from the walk. Yeah, it is. All right, everybody take out a pencil. I'm gonna come by and pass out a piece of paper for you. We're gonna get into this real quick. Do I what? What?
Nothing.
Why are you whining for already?
Looks like we got two
In the bathroom? Okay.
Oh, that piece of paper.
Yeah, I told you I was gonna bring something else. I just get you something
I wasn't listening.
That's the problem.
I know. Do I need a pencil?
Hush, Becky.
Is that something to write with?
No. Do you need a pencil?
Yeah.
I'm kind of fidgeted since you were looking at me like that.
So we're missing two.
Is that thing on?
Yes.
Has a pencil. I'm not going to throw it.
You can throw something, just don't throw it at them.
That wasn't active. That was. I don't know.
That's Photoshop. I've been lied to. That's Photoshopped, 100%.
No, it is not.
100%.
Let me see it, Byron.
My face.
Look how big that one.
Hold on, what do they call it, Byron?
And they're called a cat, you know, C and T.
A Maine Coon? Maine Coon.
Are you sure that's a cat?
Yeah.
That's cat.
There's different kinds.
Stop
You have
cat.
one of those?
Yeah.
That's what he says. Here we go. Let's look at the
Take a picture of it. I want you to FaceTime somebody.
Yeah, I need to know and actually.
He's still a baby, so he's not gonna do
Stop. Here we go. Measuring 3 feet. The longest living record is 3 feet.
I was exaggerating, but it's wrong.
I told y'all it was a fishing story.
That's cat,
6
Byron.
foot. It can grow 6 foot.
6 foot. So next time Byron comes to school and says, "Man, I caught a monster fish this weekend," just know it was probably a brim.
That thing broke because it's on my face. I mean, dead serious. It turned off.
A
Do
brim.
you see him?
Bluegill. No, not yet.
I do.
You sure? I mean, okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super. What time we got here? 120?
Yeah, 2, yes.
220.
220? Yeah, we got plenty.
I would still be in math class.
Calm down.
Stop cat.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so big.
Do I put my name on this?
Yeah, I mean that is still an extremely large cat, but 6 feet and
I was
3 feet 10
exaggerating.
inches.
I even said I was exaggerating.
I don't think so. I think you literally told me that it was my height. Because I asked you, I said, I stand 6 feet tall. You think your cat's as tall, as long as I am tall? And you said yes.
He's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Stop cat.
I'm not going to tell you how tall. I'll tell you what.
Cole Edwards is like 7 foot tall. Cole Edwards.
I'm definitely
He's
not.
probably like
Yeah,
7
he's
foot tall.
super tall.
I played Archer.
He's probably like 6'7", maybe. I don't know. 6'8". He's tall.
You'll know him when you see him.
Yeah.
He's like
You can't miss him.
6'7", probably weighs 110.
Well, Gavin's
He's
tall too.
new country. He's way taller than Gavin.
I feel like just like that.
I mean, you can't miss him. Like if there's 100 people in the hallway,
What?
and you look at and see Cole just standing above everybody.
He's a
Looking,
nice guy though.
looking
I have
around.
to
Oh, I need to post something for my PE virtual kids.
Do I put my name on this?
Can you put your name on this? Yeah, put your name on that.
Stop cat.
I thought my teacher, someone was in quarantine this morning, and he looked at me like I was stupid.
Who?
Because I said quarantine weird.
You didn't mind.
Then he called me a hillbilly.
Who? Are you a hillbilly? Well, tell him that you weren't a hillbilly. Did you tell him that you weren't a hillbilly?
Apparently I talk like it.
Apparently.
Who called you a hillbilly?
Yeah, Vaughn.
Well,
So that's about right.
I spelled my name wrong.
I'm gonna go get the mission in the back.
How did you spell your own name?
We're not gonna let you hear
I'm not
that.
asking.
You know.
Okay, here we go. All right, everybody good?
Okay, so best behavior for Zach, please.
Alright, I'll try.
Byron.
I'll put my shoe.
Bro, put your shoe on.
I smelled something when I walked in.
That's the shoe, that's my sweat.
I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Today we're gonna go over this workout plan. Okay. So everyone's got a calendar, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody? Okay, cool. Awesome. So remember last week we talked about the FIT principle, right? So I talked to you all regarding what the FIT principle was. Do you all remember what I talked about or no? Remember FITT?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what did the F stand for?
First.
No. Anybody?
Hold on a minute.
Yep. Okay, what about I?
Intensity.
Yep. Okay, what about T?
Time.
Time.
Nope.
Tension. I don't know time.
Tight. Yeah, tight. Haha, got it
I
right.
got time.
Next.
Time.
Alright, that's what you all got for FIT, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everybody. Anything different from anybody else?
No.
Alright then. So it's pretty much correct. It's gonna go time before type when you actually do it, right? Everybody understand? Because we wanna know about how long we're doing it before what exercise we're doing, okay? Everybody remember that? Okay, so this will be your breakdown. Whoa, okay.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on.
The board's for the.
The board just had an anchor.
I'm trying to shrink it. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna give up on that. Okay, so frequency, time, and type. There we go. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first part of the principle, okay? So frequency. I want you all to remember, how often did we say we were gonna work out each week?
Every day.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
3 to 5 times per week. Okay, so what I want you all to do is we're gonna focus on 3 workouts per week. So in week, on your calendar for this month, right? We're gonna pick that first week and we're gonna do 3 workouts, okay?
Okay.
3 days. Write this down so you know.
We start on Monday.
Write it down that you don't have to start on Monday, you start every day you want to, but just go to the back of the paper for now and write down that you're gonna do workouts, or you're gonna write physical activity 3 times per week. So if there's, how many weeks on your calendar?
4.
5.
But 4 full weeks. So we'll do the first 4 weeks, okay? How many exercises is that? If I want 3 exercises a week,
12.
or workouts a week, that's 12 total, right? So when you bring this back to me, there should be 12 total workouts on that calendar, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now with these exercises, I don't want 12 of the same thing. I don't want running. I need variety. I'm not necessarily saying that you're doing these exercises, right? I just want to know that you all know that there are a vast majority of exercises you can choose from. Do y'all understand that? Okay. So 3 exercises per week. Make sure y'all write that down. And then we'll need 12 different types. Okay? Now, let's talk about how we do this daily. So I'm going to give you all an example here, okay? So, we've got our calendar here, right? Okay, I've blown this calendar up so that you can see the first day, right? So every day we'll have a warm-up, okay? The warm-up can be the same as the exercise, just at a lower intensity, right? From our principles, right? FIT, intensity, okay? Your warm-up and your cool-down can both be, I'm gonna run for an hour, but for the first 5 to 8 minutes, and then the last 5 to 8 minutes, I'm gonna cool down. Does that make sense to everybody? Like, I'm gonna warm up and go at a slower pace and get going, make sure my muscles are getting loosened up, and then I'm gonna go intense, right? Does that make sense? Everybody following that? Okay, so you know about your warm-up. Now, when it comes time to move over to, so I'm gonna make I'll make an example here. So my warm-up, I'm gonna do like a light jog, okay? Then my exercise, I'm gonna put this in 4, but these will all go under the same day, okay? My exercise would be, or let's do this, sorry, light jog for 10 minutes, okay? Then my exercise is gonna be a 45-minute run at, let's say, 75% maximum heart rate, okay? And then my cool down would be a light jog for 10 minutes, okay? So, when it comes time to label, now all of this would go under one box. I just wrote this out for you all to make it easier to see because of the board being so far. So the warm-up, a light jog for 10 minutes, okay? That's getting the muscles loose. Remember we talked about the other day, it was warm-up, stretch, exercise, stretch, warm-up. Make sense to everybody? So somewhere in this warm-up, you would put that I did a light jog with some like mild stretching to help warm my muscles up. Does that make sense to everybody? Cool? Okay. Now for your exercise, when we talk about the frequency, we talk about 3 to 5 days per week, right? Now we talk about the intensity of our exercises. The goal for this plan is to get your intensity of your workouts higher as you go throughout the weeks, okay? So let's say we're gonna start out at a 75% maximum heart rate. So how do we calculate our maximum heart rate again? Your age with what? What do you do? What is it? No, it was your age. So it was a number minus your age.
200.
Nope, close.
165.
Nope.
220.
220 minus your age. So everyone flip it over on the back and do 220 minus your age. Somebody tell me what their maximum heart rate is.
205.
206.
205. Okay, so 205 is our maximum heart rate. So, now what we'll do is we'll pull out our trusty calculator, because y'all know I'm not a math student, or I'm not a math teacher. 205 is our maximum heart rate. So that's my base number I need to know about. So let's go back to our first workout. And what does it say up here? I want to be, what is that? 75% of my maximum heart rate. Can you not read it?
Nope.
Okay. You ready now?
Mm-hmm.
What about now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So 75% of my maximum heart rate is what we want to be at, okay? So we'll go back to this, and how do we get 75% of that number, 205? Remember we talked about rounding it off. So to round off 75%, we're going to move the decimal place over 2 positions to get 0.75, okay? Who's got a calculator? Somebody pull your phone out. Do 205 times 0.75 for me. What'd you get?
153.75.
153.75. What do I round that up to, y'all?
154.
Okay, so 154 would equal 75% of your maximum heart rate, okay? Now, realistically, 75% is not where I want to see you all at, right? I'd like to see this number at a minimum of 80 to 85% and work your way up. I just used 75% because it was a good number to start with and give you a general idea, okay? So, now we know what our maximum heart rate is. So what I want to know is that once I get done at the end of that workout and I check my heart rate, what's my heart rate? So let's say I get at the end of that workout and I look at my heart rate, I check my heart rate is 150. What, did I exceed my goal?
Pretty much, I'm wrong.
But no, I didn't, right? So I did not obtain my intensity goal. Okay, what if I check it and it's 154?
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's 159?
Yeah.
Is it okay if it's 159?
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little over, right? And it's okay because my maximum heart rate is 205, right? What if my heart rate's 210?
What's the new deal?
But my maximum heart rate's 205. What if it's 210?
I was in your.
Am I working too hard?
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense? What are some things that can cause our heart rate to go over outside of exercise that we probably take on a daily basis? Stress? That can help. Caffeine. That's the thing I was looking for.
Coffee.
Who in here, coffee? Who in here drinks coffee or energy drinks?
Every
Or
day.
soda?
Every day.
Every day? Right. Who in here drinks at least one energy drink a day? What kind of energy drink you drink?
Rockstar.
Rockstar? Red Bull? Okay, so I got an awesome story about Red Bull. You know what Red Bull is?
Oh yeah, that's where we heard it.
You heard it already?
Yeah,
Has everybody heard the Red Bull story on the guy's heart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another way that your heart rate as a measuring tool can be affected. So if you've had caffeine in your system that day, then it's hard to use your maximum heart rate, or whatever, sorry, your percentage of your heart rate as a tool for measuring your workout. Go ahead.
Does nicotine make your heart beat faster?
You can. You can do a lot of things. So once you figure out that maximum heart rate and whether I've obtained it, that's going to cover the I in fit, okay? So that'll let us know if we hit this intensity mark, okay? So now we're going to talk about time. How long do you have to do a workout a day? These 3 days a week, how long do I need you to get to? How long? Okay, I want y'all to hit 60 minutes at least. Now that includes your warm up and cool down. So if I warmed up for 10 minutes, I ran for 45 minutes, and then I cooled down for 10 minutes, how long is that?
That's a lot. That's up 75 minutes.
65 minutes.
Alright.
Would that cover my time?
Yeah.
Okay, what if I warmed up for 10 minutes and I ran for 30 minutes and I cooled down for 10 minutes? What would that be?
50.
50, right? Would that cover my time?
Oh no.
No.
Almost doesn't count here.
No.
Cover it or don't cover it. Okay? Alright, so let's talk, that's going to talk about your exercises, right? So let's go back to here. So now we talked about our exercises. Give me some examples of what you can do for an exercise. Around here. Give me an example. What can I do for an exercise?
Go walking.
Okay, walking, hiking, great examples.
Fishing.
Fishing, right? But it's probably pretty hard for you all to think of 12 different exercises that you can do around here, right? Okay, cool. So I want you all to use your brain, use Google, think about things. What are exercises that can be done anywhere? So for this assignment, you can pretend like I live in Southwest Florida. I'm gonna go spearfishing tomorrow for an hour and a half. I'll be doing a lot of swimming, a lot of free diving, a lot of that stuff holds my breath, working my cardiovascular system, okay? Or what if I live in Reno, Nevada? I'm gonna go snowboarding tomorrow. So I wake up, put my board on, I go outside, I'm gonna snowboard for an hour. Okay? What if I live in, I don't know, somewhere else that's got a lake? I can go skiing
Vegas.
tomorrow. Vegas, yeah, you can go to Vegas and go snowboarding in the day, in the morning, and then you can go skiing in the afternoon.
I'm
So,
gonna get up and go gambling all day.
well, we're not gonna gamble. But other exercises you can do, right? Let's say you were out in Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona stays really nice year round. You could go and play soccer for the day, right? Or play ultimate frisbee, some form of other activity. You go swimming. Okay, everybody understand? I just don't want the same exercises. So don't put running on Monday, running on Wednesday, running on Friday for all 4 weeks. Okay?
Do we actually have to do this stuff we're right now?
No. It'd be awesome if you would. But
I don't
no.
have the lung capacity to run.
Obviously you can't go snowboarding. So, I mean, I guess you could. You could have a couple weeks ago maybe. Alright. So now let's talk about your cool down. Because remember, the whole goal of this is not for you all to write me something that's perfect. I just need to see something that's functional. I want to make sure you guys understand the principles. Does that make sense? Understanding and being able to divide these into where they are appropriately, okay? Now, when we move to those exercises, I want you all to be able to not only label what your percentage maximum heart rate is, but I want to know whether those are anaerobic or aerobic exercises. Y'all remember the difference?
No.
We talked about this. Here, let me spell them for you, and maybe you'll remember.
Was I in here?
You were in here. I don't think that was the day that you managed to go to shop class for 4 hours.
Actually, I think it was.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, the day we did that was the day he was in machine.
No, because I wasn't here the day he went over that. I was here when he messed up and went to the wrong class.
Okay. So here's aerobic, and here's anaerobic. Does anybody remember what the differences were? I told you all very specifically about how to remember this. Think about it. Why is there a N? Why did I emphasize N?
Because you're not supposed to.
What does N sound like?
No.
No. Okay? So when we think about exercising, what do we think about with aerobic and anaerobic? No is correct. But no what?
No.
No exercise.
No.
Huh?
What? No. No oxygen. Anaerobic, remember we talked about this. Aerobic is with or needs oxygen for prolonged period of use, right? This is your runnings, your swimmings, stuff that's gonna need cardiovascular output. Now your weightlifting, stuff that doesn't need oxygen for a small burst, right, of what you're doing, falls into anaerobic. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so I need to know whatever exercise you put down, not only do I need a target heart rate for that exercise, I need to know whether it's anaerobic or it's aerobic, okay? Okay. All right, so let's finish up one last time. We're gonna go over here, look at this. Smart word is smarter than I am. Okay, so remember,
Okay.
we've got 4 weeks, so we need okay, so we would need one. Are you kidding me? No, just stop. Why does this not work? This is probably gonna use the mouse. The mouse is easier than the smart board is. Alright, so we would have one workout, 2 workouts. Okay, here, I got even better idea. Y'all watch this. You don't think it's funny. Ah, it didn't work. Okay, it's close enough.
Oh, big brain.
So this is kind of what your sheet should look like, okay? Each one of those days is kind of an example, right, of a workout that I would have listed on each of those days on your calendars. Everybody see that? Okay, now if you don't have enough room in these boxes to write down what you want to do, you can flip it over on the back and write a date and write down next to the date what you'd like to do in that box if you run out of room, okay? Everybody good with that? Everybody understand? Does anybody have any questions? Ms. Baker, oh, go ahead.
Should you give us an April calendar?
Well, this isn't something for you to do in April. We're just doing this to see, like I said, this isn't necessarily a plan that you're gonna do next week. This is just showing that you understand the concepts behind the FIT principle and how to make a physical activity log, okay? Is that good, right? Okay. Ms. Baker, you have anything to add?
No, it'll probably take us, you're not gonna get done with this today for sure. We'll work on it tomorrow. The main thing, like Zach said, is to just make sure that you understand how to find your target heart rate and that you understand how to develop a program, because this is something that you'll probably use in the future when you're no longer a teenager, or you're no longer involved in extracurriculars, or you're no longer focusing so much on team sports. Maybe you just want to get back in shape. Maybe you just want to feel better. So instead of paying bukus of money to hire a personal trainer, if you can do this, that's all you need.
And also, don't get caught up, there was a question last year that was really good. Don't get caught up in stopping the middle of your workout to check your heart rate. Now, it's not a bad thing to do that and kind of get an idea. Once you get in a pace, or like a nice little cadence down, let's say you're on a run, you get a little cadence down, you feel like you're staying about the same pace, take a quick second, you've got a watch that'll tell your heart rate or whatever, check your heart rate real quick, see where it is. If it's low or it's not where it needs to be for that target heart rate, maybe bump your intensity up a little bit more. But don't stop every 2 to 3 minutes in your workout and be like, well, I gotta make sure my heart rate's right. I gotta make sure my heart rate's right. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. You got something?
No bad.
I think so. When do we got here?
21.
Yeah, Ms. Baker, you cool with it?
Yes.
Yeah, keep going. Alright, y'all get started. If you have any questions, raise your hand. Excuse you, thank you. You guys want me to leave this up on the board, or are you guys okay without it? Y'all done?
Leave it up.
Leave it up?
And if you're totally confused, don't be embarrassed to ask. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
if you have
why
any
we're here.
questions or you need an explanation, just raise your hand, I'll come by and explain it to you. Except for Peppy, who magically, the camera comes on and has not said a word the entire class period.
She's being on her best behavior.
Also, try to break up days in between your workouts. You don't wanna do them all like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of one week. Try to give yourself and your body a chance to recover. Remember, we talked about that the other day, when it comes time for recovery, is you wanna make sure you give your body ample amount of time. Even from bowling. What do you think about it?
First report on
Yes, cool down here, it's on the, oh yeah, I removed it, didn't I? Here, I'll put it down here for you. Or no, it's right here. Here you go. So the first part will be warm up, and then exercise, and then cool down. And those are examples of a warm up, an example of what your exercise should look like. This should be labeled, sorry. And then what an exercise of your cool down would look like, okay? Hey, if you all can't think of like 12 different exercises, use your phone and kind of learn about stuff. Ms. Baker used a great example. Like imagine you were in New York City. There's not necessarily gyms everywhere. A lot of those people don't just want to jog all the time. They do parkour. You all know what that is?
it. Yeah,
Where you like, they like run and do flips over like gaps and stuff. That's another form of exercise you can do. What? Yeah, I guess.
You know what that is, or?
Ultimate tag? Is it just tag with ultimate in it?
No, it's like, when you run a sprint, grab cars, and flip it in the air, and back up and stuff.
So it's just tag, but you just do like ultimate things in it? Okay, cool. I do flips. I don't like going upside down. It's not my cup of tea.
Was Jasmine in this class? Jasmine Davis? Is she on virtual, I wonder? She's not been here. She wasn't here yesterday, was she? You weren't here yesterday. She wasn't here yesterday, was she?
Her sister's in my next period.
Huh?
Surgery.
Really?
It's like for a warm up, like, what do you do? You got sports stuff to play? What do you play? Okay, so soccer. So let's say for like the warm up, you would ride like a dribbling drills for 10 minutes, just kind of warm up. You would exercise, you could ride like 45 minutes of playing soccer for football. And then for cool down, you would put like 10 minutes of shooting drills. And then you would put the kind of aerobic or anaerobic. Is it what kind of exercise is that? Aerobic or anaerobic? Soccer. Aerobic. You know what you're gonna do. Aerobic.
All the blue companies out there today.
I heard they beat.
Is that somebody in high school or just like somebody picking somebody?
Are you done?
Oh,
Quit looking out the window.
Bring it on.
He's not.
He's not. He's almost done every time he sits down. Y'all work on this. It's due tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
You're.
I knew I'd get a response out of her.
She doesn't have work on facts.
He's working on that. every day has to equal 60 minutes or more. So if you did a 10-minute warm up and jogged for 10 minutes and then did a 5-minute cool down, would that be 60 minutes?
Yes.
No, it would not. That would be 20. We'll have to talk to the math teachers. 5 plus 10 plus 5?
No, you said 10, 10, 5. That's 25,
Oh,
thank
sorry. If I said 10, 10, 5, I said it wrong.
Is that right?
10, 30, 20. Sure, that's fine. But typically you would want these to be the same. Your warm up and cool down need to be at the same amount of time. They really should be over 10 minutes. Your warm up and cool down, your exercise should really be, if you're gonna do minimum 60, it should be 10, 40, 10. Does that make sense?
I used to run races before I got in shape.
How do you do your work?
I am.
You have at least one done? That's it.
Well, we have 1 minute.
No, we don't.
Sounds good, Mom. We'll work on it tomorrow.
Y'all have a good day. See you tomorrow.
I'll try.
Matthew, I need my.
Hey, you know what class
expensive
you're going to next?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I just want people
That's
throwing
fine.
at
What?
I was still on it on this.
Dude, you sound like a fire going on deck. The fire can get like a chihuahua.
Yeah, you just put me in
I
the
said,
car.
time to go find them. It's like, Stewart. Stewart. No, his name is Wesley Cole.
Thanks.
Wesley. Turn that over.
See ya.
Bowling today? Bowling? Softball?
Softball.
Softball today?
Yup.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Next.